15 laps for the Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman. They'll roll out behind the Clayton Dumont-driven FX Caprera Car Company's pace truck. Pole position, the Romano's Family Kitchen M2 Metals, number 11, Josh Purse, and alongside of him, the Erie Station Ideal K9, number 14W, that's Timmy Wilmot. Row 2 inside, the Brodell Energy 797, Corky Warner, and alongside of him in the PLS Asphalt Maintenance, number 24, is Kirsten Swartz. Third row inside, driving in the Smith Trucking Yerkowicz Auto Crushers, number 12 AJ is AJ Greco, and alongside of him in the Carroll's Transportation, number 1B is Jeff Boblin. Seventh starting spot, the SHR, number 22 is Lance Hill, and alongside of him in the DAB Towing and Recovery, number 47 is Walter Cook. Fifth row inside at a Ballston Spa, New York, the 44J, Adam Trenka, and alongside of him, driving in the Gibbons Motorsports, number 62 is Sean Gibbons. Sixth row inside, the Brodell Fuel Group 26B is Maddie Brodell, and alongside of her, driving in the Lazaro's Auto Body, number 216 is Phil Arnold. Seventh row inside, last week's feature winner, driving in the General Hydraulics Cabinet Shop, number 618 is Bobby Reinhart, and alongside of him in the Toga Clean team, number 2 is Brandon Tyler. Eighth row inside, the Paul's Auto Body, number 37, that's Ryan Sweet, and alongside of him, driving in the John's Firewood and Tree Services, number 13J is Jim Malia. Rolling off 17th, driving in the Ginger Billy Productions, Big Buns Bakeries, number 14, that is Ginger Billy. And alongside of him, driving in the O'Connor Towing Oxbow Inn, number 26, that's Mason Gray. Final row inside, the Double H Porter Potty Services, number 4 car, Jimmy Beach. And alongside of him, the final starting spot, driving in the Paul's Auto Body, Big Boss Lady Racing, number 66 is Kathy Bellin. That's the way they will go to the post. 15 laps for the Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman. Lights are out on the FX Caprera Car Company's pace truck. AJ Greco with a 54-point advantage over Lance Hill. Walter Cook, Corky Warner, and Bobby Reinhart round out the top 5 in the standings. We get set to go green. Josh Purse, Timmy Wilmot will bring us to green. We are off and running with the Limited Sportsman. Timmy Wilmot off the outside of the front row, shot out of a cannon. Wilmot will open up a handful of car lengths, maybe 2 handfuls, over Josh Purse running in the runner-up spot. And, yep, we got one around over here in turn number 4, the 66 of Kathy Bellin, the car around off of turn number 4. And there's Lance Hill. I just mentioned it, the number 2 man in points entering the night. Hill has a folded up front end on the back straightaway. They're going to have to tow the front end of the 21. Or 22, excuse me. And that will do it for Lance Hill's night. And Hill, I mentioned it, was the number 2 man in points. He's definitely going to lose ground now. AJ Greco entered the night with a 54-point advantage. Greco closing in. He'll have an opportunity now to clinch the championship next week with still a week to go. Greco will have a chance to clinch the championship now with Lance Hill's problems tonight. Hill 54 points behind Greco. Walter Cook third in points, 87 out of first. Corky Warner's 3 markers behind him. He's 4th in points, 90 out of first, and Bobby Reinhart rounds out the top 5, 98 points out of first. Jeff Boblin, Steve Wagner, Timmy Wilmot, Kirsten Swartz, and then a tie for 10th between Rocco Constantino and Josh Purse. Rocco not here tonight, so Purse de facto the number 10 man in points entering tonight's racing action. Still 14 laps to go. Timmy Wilmot shot out of a cannon on that initial green flag. Now, though, he'll be on the inside of the front row. And Corky Warner will start behind him. See if the 797 can take advantage of this restart. Josh Purse will pull up alongside of Wilmot, Warner, Schwartz, and Bobble in your first 3 rows. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Josh Purse doesn't quite get going there in the outside row. That's going to cost A.J. Greco and Jeff Bobble in spots as well. Sean Gibbons underneath the Purse. Purse and Greco get hooked together. And the yellow flag is out. We got one stopped here off of turn number 2. Greco skidded to a stop at the pit entrance in turn number 3. Josh Purse drives away. Greco, I believe, is going to be able to drive away. I don't know about the 4 of Jimmy Beach, who stopped here off of turn number 2. Greco just could not find a way by the 11 of Josh Purse. You're going to look here down the back straightaway. Purse and Greco, the 2 cars on the outside, the 11 and the 12. And Purse, I don't think there was contact there between himself and Gibbons, but Purse came up the racetrack, and then Greco got underneath of him, and they hooked bumpers right front to left rear. And then Greco on the brakes to come to a stop. And he stops there to talk to Dad Jason in the hot pit area. But again, I don't think anything wrong. The 4 of Jimmy Beach will not drive away. We can see why now. Those of you at home watching on Flow Racing, there is a missing left front wheel. We're dragging something out of the bottom of it. So Jimmy Beach, whatever happened there, Beach was further towards the tail of the field. He lost a lot of front end parts. Wow. Bent. Don't know if that's a radius rod or the drag link. I think it's the radius rod. Man. Right rear quarter panel support dragging on the ground. Greco and Purse both went to the hot pit. They both drive away. They'll rejoin at the tail. Should be a single file restart this time. Here's a look. See if Gibbons and Purse make any kind of contact. I didn't think they did. No, not at all. Not even close. Purse just kind of shot up the racetrack there. And then I don't know if he came back down or Greco kind of reacted to Purse shooting up the racetrack or what the case might have been, but they hooked bumpers, and then Greco got on the brakes trying not to run him over or spin him out, and spun his way up into the pit entrance. So single file restart here, 2 yellows on the same lap. It'll be Timmy Wilmot, Corky Warner, Kirsten Swartz, Adam Tranka up to 4th. Sean Gibbons 5th, Jeff Bobble in 6th, Walter Cook 7th, Phil Arnold 8th, Matty Brodell 9th, and Ryan Sweet rounds out the top 10. Ginger Billy 15th as the green flag is back out. We're back underway. And Josh Purse came back out, but he will duck to the pit area, so his day going to be done. Timmy Wilmot once again will race away with a handful of car lengths over Corky Warner. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th on your screen here. Adam Tranka up into that 4th spot. Sean Gibbons trying to close in on him down the back straightaway, or excuse me, down the front straightaway. And I think we have problems again. One up against the wall here in turn number 4, I believe. It's not Ginger Billy. Can confirm that. We will get there. Yep. It's the 12 AJ of AJ Greco. I think I might have put the announcer jinx on him. I said after Lance Hill's problems, Greco might have an opportunity to clinch the championship next week with a good run tonight. He would have been in a position. Now instead, he's once again got problems. Track crew over to the 12 AJ. And track crew, I think, taking a look there through the race car. Obviously, the rear bumper is hanging pretty good, and a piece of the right rear sheet metal, that bottom skirt on the right rear quarter panel, is dragging. So they'll rip it off so it doesn't cause any further yellows. But it doesn't look like anything that will affect the driving of that race car. And A.J. Greco looks like we'll try to rejoin here. And we're now 2 laps in. So we go back to double file now, and we've gotten another lap in. We will try it again, trying to get going here for the Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman. 2 laps in, 13 to go. Greco will hustle around to the tail. And I believe we are going to come to the white flag, so we will go green next time by. Limited Sportsman, we mentioned the points. A.J. Greco, the high point man, and he's also the leading feature winner. He's got 3. Rocco Constantino has a pair. Josh Coonrad, Bobby Reinhart, Steve Wagner, Corky Warner, all with 1 win apiece. Greco won the first feature, which took place on May the 4th. And then Josh Coonrad won on June 1st. Then Greco won the April 27th makeup on June 8th. Then June 15th, it was A.J. Greco again. And then June 22nd, the May 25th makeup went to Corky Warner. Steve Wagner, Rocco Constantino, and Bobby Reinhart have won the last 3 features. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Timmy Wilmot, your leader, choosing the bottom. And I don't think Joe liked that one. So we are yellow. So a no start. We will have to try it again. So we are on the struggle bus right now, the early going for the Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman. Trying to get going here. You know, some weeks they roll off without much of a problem, and then other weeks, well, we go like this. Hopefully, though, we're by it. I don't know, we'll see. Timmy Wilmot, Corky Warner, Kirsten Swartz, Adam Tranka, Sean Gibbons, Jeff Bobolin, Walter Cook, Phil Arnold, Matty Brodell, and Ryan Sweet, the top 10. 2 laps in the books. Timmy Wilmot, your leader, into the Sunoco start zone we go. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Timmy Wilmot will motor down the back straightaway again with the lead. Sean Gibbons able to get by Adam Tranka. Sean Gibbons now up to the 4th spot. Tranka back to 5th. Bobolin still 6th. Here goes Phil Arnold, though. Arnold trying to take 6th, maybe 5th away. Arnold underneath Bobolin for the 6th spot, now with a nose underneath of Adam Tranka. Tranka will shut the door on him, though. He'll maintain that final spot in the top 5. Timmy Wilmot continuing to set the pace. We look further back here. There's Ryan Sweet and Bobby Reinhart. Reinhart, again, last week's winner. Nearly got into the wall there off of turn number 4, but held on to it, and now trying to make a move around the 37 of Ryan Sweet. Ginger Billy, it looks like, with problems here down the front straightaway. We will come to complete lap number 5. Timmy Wilmot continuing the lead. Corky Warner, Kirsten Swartz, Sean Gibbons, and Adam Tranka, the top 5. Phil Arnold up to the 6th spot. Here comes Jeff Boblin, though, the 1B, trying to get rolling, closing in on the 216. Boblin will work to the outside of the 216 here off of turn number 4. Boblin is there. They'll touch rub rails here down the home straightaway. But the 1B of Boblin will complete the pass. Lost the spot on the restart. Now he goes back around the 216 of Phil Arnold. And Jeff Boblin now up to the 6th spot. As your leader, Timmy Wilmot continuing to set the pace. Corky Warner a little bit quicker that time. The lead now under a second as you see Boblin continuing to try and pick him off. Jeff Boblin getting rolling. He closes in here on Adam Tranka. Bobby Reinhardt's another one on the move. Reinhardt up off the bottom side. Reinhardt's up alongside Walter Cook. Flashback to the finish of last week's feature finish between Reinhardt and Cook. As Boblin to the outside of Tranka here for that 5th spot. Jeff Boblin now will climb his way into the top 5. And Bobby Reinhardt, who started 13th, Reinhardt's up to 8th. And there's Ginger Billy. His night will end. Maybe that means he'll come back for more redemption. I don't know. We'll see. Walter Cook on the bottom. Reinhardt up on the top. Side by side. This for 8th and 9th. Reinhardt, by half a car length, has the spot. Now Reinhardt will clear him down here in 1 and 2. Ahead of them, Adam Tranka has moved to the top. Phil Arnold trying to put pressure on him. And Reinhardt now going to try and close in on that duo. Timmy Wilmot continuing to lead the way, but Corky Warner getting closer and closer now with 5 laps to go. Inside the final 5. Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman took them a little while. They've gotten going, though. And we roll along now, 4 laps to go. Lap traffic is not going to be a factor for your leaders. They will settle it amongst themselves, and Corky Warner is there. Wilmot was strong early, but Warner has stayed after him, and Corky Warner within just a couple of car lengths of your leader, Timmy Wilmot. Warner looks like a little bit better down here in 3 and 4. He drifts a little wide, though, off the corner, and Wilmot will open up a couple of car lengths. 3 laps to go. Timmy Wilmot looking for his first career win. Warner looking for his second of the season. Excuse me, Wilmot's second career win. Warner looking for his second of the season. And his third. He's got one at Utica Rome this season as well. Warner able to get closer through the middle of the corner, but he drifts up on exit, and Wilmot opens up car lengths. 2 laps to go. And 1 pulling off and 1 slow here on the front straightaway. The 24 of Kirsten Swartz, who was running in 3rd. Swartz is off the pace here on the front straightaway, and we are yellow with just 2 laps to go. Kirsten Swartz running in the 3rd spot, comes to a stop down here in 1 and 2. Something letting go in the 24 machine. Tough break for her. Running on the podium. And they will push the 24 back to the pit area. Gary Kinney on the scene with Barney. And, ooh. Oh, man. Holy cow. We got a replay on Flow Racing of Ginger Billy.
You were speechless.
Yeah, I don't even. Whew. He was. Hey, don't do that. Don't turn on the microphone just to do that. Don't do that. Look at that.
Come on, you're no fun.
Look at that. Does he have a left front flat?
For you to be speechless says something.
I mean, nobody's talking to you.
Shh.
I don't know if it was just off the ground. I don't know.
Explain to those in the stands what we were just looking at.
Why don't you?
Okay, we were just looking at a replay of Ginger Billy coming down the backstretch, high and wide, turning sharply to the left, but the car is just going straight, and then all of a sudden it takes a left right into the infield.
I think he's got a left front flat. I think he had a left front flat, and that made the car really tight. So he was tight on exit at turn number 2. And then when it finally caught up with how hard he had the wheel cocked to the left, I think when it finally caught up, it shot him straight into the infield. And the folks in the infield parking got a good view.
Yeah, and listen, he's raced what, twice?
This is twice.
So I give him a lot of credit.
The front tire was still up. We're back to green. 2 laps to go. Timmy Wilmot now going to try and hold off Corky Warner, and can Jeff Bomelin keep rolling the outside groove forward now to 4th? He made him a little mistake there off of turn number 2. However, Sean Gibbons will get away from him. Now Adam Tranka will try to work to the inside of the 1B. Working off of turn number 4. Timmy Wilmot leading here at the white flag. Corky Warner does not appear to have anything for the 14W now. Out in front, Wilmot been good here on the short runs tonight, and he is gapping the 797 right now, working through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Career win number 2, his first of the season. Timmy Wilmot. Corky Warner second. Sean Gibbons, Jeff Bomelin, and Adam Tranka the top 5. 14W of Timmy Wilmot picks up the Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman win, the second of his career. 797, Corky Warner gets second. 62, Sean Gibbons third. 1B, Jeff Bomelin fourth. The 44J of Adam Tranka, your top 5. 216, Phil Arnold sixth. 47, Walter Cook seventh. 37, Ryan Sweet eighth. 12 AJ of AJ Greco rebounds for ninth, and the 26B of Matty Brodell rounds out the top 10. Don't forget